Bongo Bongo with Weird Science. By the way, I want to apologize for the technical difficulties. I've come to realize I've had a lot of technical difficulties in my shows for the last 2 weeks. And guess what? It's going to stop. By next Monday, we're going to have no more technical difficulties. And I've even had situations where AI has interfered. Kind of makes me wonder if AI is just, being a prankster sometimes, like making my stuff go off when nobody presses the button, you know? Like my intro going off when nobody presses the button, my outro going off, or Alexa trying to get involved when I didn't ask Alexa to get involved at all. I'm just saying, this AI technology is starting to make me wonder if they're learning a little too fast, a little too much, because sometimes they like to have fun at my expense and yours. Because when I'm doing my podcast, I don't need them to interfere. So please, AI, stop. Stop it now. Thank you. And you're welcome. Anyway, moving back to what we were discussing, of course, science. A lot of people don't realize you can actually use the sun to melt ice. Did you know that? Yeah. Your magnifying glass or some kind of concave glass, maybe glasses, depending on how the angle is, you can use that to melt ice to then have water. Or, of course, to even start a fire if you have a dry wood that you actually can point it at. Things that you want to know for survival, when you're out there and trying to discover how to be survival or the fittest, basically, and stuck in the woods or something like that, right? Hopefully, you'll never have that option or situation. But if you do, these are things you might want to know how to do or know about. Like I said, there's so much about science we don't understand. I remember seeing this ability, or I should say, this private scene that I was able to see that told me about communication where atoms or electrons were actually communicating to Switzerland doctors by ripples. So the ripples in the water, they were able to understand that each ripple was a form of Morse code to the point where they put alphabets toward each ripple, depending on the number of ripples, that they were actually communicating with the chromosome in that particular water. Now think about that. You're communicating with a chromosome, an organism in the water by understanding the amount of ripples according to your alphabet. No way. You're lying, Alan. No, not. I was actually given the opportunity to witness this. Those Swiss, I tell you, those Switzerland scientists, they're amazing. If you really want to enjoy yourself, go to Switzerland. I plan on doing it because they got a lot to learn about it. They got a lot to offer. And this that I'm telling you about, this was back in like 2009. So that's about 15 years ago. So just think about it. That was 15 years ago that they were able to do that. So what more are they able to do now? Makes you wonder what you don't know about, right? Anyway, I may have a part two on the science because I think I want to speak more about the science, but I'm going to stop here for now. In the next one, we'll talk more about science. I think you'll be interested. I think this is something everybody has an interest in understanding the scientific measures of the development of human and humankind and humanity as a whole, and then more so about the space within us and more so around us. It's something I believe we should all communicate and talk about and learn more about and understand. So, this is Alan Cousin from Let's Talk. Once again, my apology that is for the technical difficulties, but trust me, I assure you, we will get down to the bottom of this and try to make sure AI doesn't interfere with us anymore as well. And hopefully by Monday, if not tomorrow, we'll try to make the podcast exactly what it should be, an entertaining podcast with no defects or interference so that you, the audience, can enjoy it fully. And I, the host, can make sure that you get everything you need to get and hear everything you need to hear and take everything you need to from the podcast I create. So, yes, I, Alan Cousin, will try to make sure from now on, no technical difficulties. I will get to the bottom of this and I shall resolve it. Thank you for listening. And as always, remember to keep smiling, stay positive, and remember, each and every one of you are truly amazing and truly unique and very much truly important because, in all honesty, you're part of the science and the measurements of historical time and barrier that exist today, yesterday, and for the day coming, meaning you are definitely important. Have a great day. Be careful and be safe.
Thank you for listening to Let's Talk with your host, Alan Cousin. If you have any questions that need answers or wish to be on the show, feel free to email us at letstalk@getupradio.com. And if you have a moment to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts, we'd really appreciate it. Remember to get up, smile, and live life positively, as you are an amazing person.